Welcome to another episode of Crab Philosophy. Why is Felix relevant? He is blonde. That's one point. Freud already described this difference that blonde people have. Blonde people think more about money. Why? There is in the page 76 in the Psychology of Freud that he says that blonde people have golden hair. They see each other every day in the mirror on the selfies and they see gold every time. So they think more about money, and that's why Felix thinks money is so important, because he's blonde. Well, another thing that I want to discuss is when Pewdiepie just stares at the camera. I've heard that that's a Nordic way to sleep, that usually when they are like this in the street or when they are talking to you, it's because they're sleeping. And that's because they have sun like 24 hours in some spots in the Nordic countries of Europe. So that's how their body sleeps. So I think usually PewDiePie sleeps a lot, takes small naps in his videos, and the editors just cut it out. And sometimes they forget and we just see PewDiePie staring at nothing. I don't know, I think that's strange. The philosophy behind this is why give someone that takes so much naps and has golden hair to be famous? What is famous? Who is PewDiePie? So the thing is, I would say that he is famous because if you look to his face, what do you remember? What makes you remember when you look at this face? Let's understand the philosophy behind and the psychological thinking of you. Well, do you think he's not similar to this? Yes. The thing is that PewDiePie has a common face. Has a face that's built to be perceived. My theory is that he would be as famous as he is right now if he would do videos of just him staring. Why do you think Mona Lisa is so famous? It's because it's well drawn? No. We have a couple of other paintings that are also well drawn. I saw some. Mona Lisa also has this common face of her era. She was the YouTuber of the era of Renaissance. I think it was Nietzsche. Yeah, Nietzsche wrote a huge essay about Mona Lisa, and his theory, page 364, his theory said that Mona Lisa was the YouTuber of the Renaissance. She just stared at people in her small square, and people just were amazed. Were there staring at her and had the feeling that they were perceived by someone. They had a friend. And the same technique that Mona Lisa used, actually her creator, Leonardo, the same technique that she used and Leonardo, Felix is using today. He just stares at the camera. The difference is that he can talk some stuff. So he talks about stuff. And the same way that Mona Lisa worked there, he's working out. So I guess, in a way, we can say that Felix is the Mona Lisa of our times. So my tip for today is practice staring at the camera, because we saw a lot of paintings that are just of people staring and they're famous. PewDiePie, I didn't talk with him. I know it's going to sound fake, but I got my access to some stuff, and he got this technique and he practiced a lot the staring technique. The staring technique that Mona Lisa perfected in her time, Felix modernized it. It's a postmodern Mona Lisa staring that he introduced. I think he still has the writings that he did about the studies. If you ask him, I think he can show you. It's very interesting. It's a very complex psychological symmetry study of how to stare perfectly in the camera so that you feel and you pass the emotions and confusion and sympathy at the same time, just with a stare. I tried one time. It's very hard. It's very hard. I studied something. You need to look and slowly think you're not thinking. It's hard. Sorry, I don't want to embarrass myself. He's good at what he does. He practices a lot. I need to practice. But if you want to be a YouTuber or a painting, just practice your staring. A mirror is a good thing, or just at people. Go to a coffee, go to a restaurant, and sit there and stare. A good technique is when a waitress or someone comes to talk with you and you don't answer, just stare at them. And with your staring, try to talk with them. I managed to do this 2 times. The waitress came, I stared at her, and with small gestures, I managed to explain to her that I wanted water without gas, and she brought to me. So practice makes perfection. Another thing that you can do is just stare at people, and you become a famous YouTuber. Well, that's it for today. Subscribe, I guess, to me and to Pewdiepie. Pewdiepie, he needs subscribers. He's sad as fuck. But otherwise, stare at people. This makes you a better person.